how do we land up here with this? And it was like it emerged from the field of well, it was well, actually, in some ways, although I was the vehicle, because I remember thinking that here I am in a profession I'm passionate about, love to bits, meet beautiful people, ordinary transformative things start. But the word to describe what I do is impossibly obscure. So people have tried changing other, coming up with other words, and that hasn't worked. But so, oh, well, then I need to find a way of communicating it to a wider group of people. And then popped into my head, oh, well, you can have International Pie Day, you can have International Women's Day, International whatever day. So how about International Supervision Week or Day? So I then Googled to see what permissions you had and discovered that anybody could start it. So I did, and that's how it started. All because of this blessed word supervision that doesn't convey what it is.
Yes, yes. Well, welcome everybody to a little conversation about International Supervision Week 2022, which is this the 5th time that we're collaborating, Joan?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Amazing. And we've got in the week, which is the last week in June and the beginning of July, I guess we've got 17 events planned, as 17 pop-up events planned as part of International Supervision Week 2022. So it's lovely. I think this is the biggest piece that we've the biggest amount of energy that's gathered around this week so far. It's a lot of contributions from colleagues.
Yeah, it seems to be growing. And I'd almost given up, and then you said, well, when sometime last year, late last year, you said, are we doing it again? Oh, right. I think it might even be more than 5. It might be, we started in 2015. It's 7.
7 years. Wow.
Yes.
Yes. How time flies when you're having fun, Joan. That's what it is. Yes. And we've done, each of the years, we've done different things. Sometimes we've just done a little thing, haven't we, depending on how much energy is around. Sometimes we've done more. And this time we put out an email to the supervision community that we're both in contact with through the online events list, through the CSTD London list, and loads of colleagues have said that they'd love to facilitate something around supervision.
Yeah.
It's great. And we've got different things from, there's a new model being explored, I guess, which is an event that you're part of, and we've got stuff around creativity and risk and organizations. And we've got a lovely event as well in terms of practitioners who work with animals as well. So there's a huge range, and even a lovely event from Joe Birch titled, I Would Like to Be a Supervisor. So if someone's watching this thinking, not sure if I'm allowed to come, I haven't trained or I haven't been doing that kind of work yet, there's something there for everyone.
You just broke up then, but maybe not on your recording. So what's the event she's doing?
So yes, I'll say it again. So hopefully it's caught over here. Joe Birch is doing an event on I Would Like to Be a Supervisor. So I guess some exploration for colleagues who are not doing that work yet, who might like to. And I think part of how you're holding, I think we both hold supervision, is because it's often thought of as an activity that sits alongside or has arrived after counselling and psychotherapy and is around the therapeutic world. But also seeing supervision as something that, as a vocation that can stand alone and can be helpful for every aspect of work, not just therapeutic work.
Yeah, Robin describes it as when a lawyer asked him what he did, he came up with is to take the excess fear out of work, to take fear out of work, and somebody else, Joe said it, my son said it's therapy for work, and I say it's time to think about you and your work, and to either get to love the work you do or find the work you love. So it's like it's about any work, not. Yes. And therapy is one profession, but anything.
Yeah.
I was just in the pub our local pub last night, and the two people. There was a young, beautiful blonde young woman and a sort of 40-year-old man, and they were just bantering. They were just so welcoming to everybody in the pub that you know, why would everybody want to go to it? I mean, they're obviously enjoying their job. Yes. And that's very engaging, very connecting.
Yes.
So yeah, for any work.
And did I hear you use the word transformation, just as we were starting the recording? And supervision is often thought about as a management process, which is not what we're talking about.
No.
Could you say something about that transformational process in that supervision context? Or I might be putting you on the spot there, Joan, but.
And well, I said ordinary as well. It's that moment when there's a connection that happens at a different level. Bert Hellinger, the family constellations person, he called it, you have a fleeting moment of truth, and everybody knows it's that. You can't go back to it, but it's just that your heart, it's sort of a whole body connection or something, and it's as light, and it's light, and it's as well. I mean, sometimes it's, you know, big, but it's those ordinary transformative moments of connection that both parties know. It's like, for a moment, the world just stops but breathes. It's everything and nothing. It's ordinary most of the time. Yeah. I don't know if that helps.
Well, I think we're on the way to trying to work out what is that experience and what is it that we're trying to facilitate as supervisors that isn't about the context that the person we're working with is in. Yeah.
It's about the relationship, and it's about the relationship. I was going to say something else, but I've forgotten it. Well, anyway, you can edit to this, can't you?
Yeah. A moment for reflection as colleagues are watching this video. And well, I'm also thinking, what else do we want to say about the week? And although all the events are little pop-up events with different subjects, different colleagues presenting and facilitating, the interdependent supervisors network that's also holding the container for the week is about building a community of supervisors too. And so hoping that colleagues will come not just to experience the events that they choose from the week, but also to experience some of that community as well, of colleagues doing that work.
Yeah. I was just reading Kate Adie's autobiography, you know, the TV reporter, and she describes early on in the BBC that you could mess up. She used another word, I think, but anyway, would say mess up. You know, really land yourself in a mess, and you get you know, really challenged and that. But she said you knew they were at your back, whatever happened. You know that they were at your back. It didn't mean they condone what you'd done or whatever, and there may be consequences, and she suggested that's not happening now, that they came up with structures and contracts and this and that, you know, which all seemed very well. But that sense of somebody being at your back, irrespective of what's happened, held them. And I think that's what it's about, being at someone's back. And and if you're at the back, you may give them a harder time than they won't, but you're still at their back. And that's what it's about. Whatever.
Yeah. Like in that supervision, supervisor, supervisee relationship, that we stick together in that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I definitely look for that in my own supervision. I want someone at my back, especially at the tough times. And that's what I hope to offer too as a supervisor. And absolutely, that doesn't mean we're giving each other an easy time.
I think that's enough. I also think, though, that we're going to have a date for next year this time, and that so 2023, roughly the same time.
It sounds like a good plan. Yes.
Yeah, because what we've been doing up to now, isn't it? Oh, it's, you know, it's January. Have we thought about it? But I think the community's grown enough that we've grown enough.
We might be able to get ourselves organised in time, Joan. So
yeah, but all we need is a date. So we'll make sure that's on. I mean, we could look at it now. We don't need Well,
let's do that. We'll bring the recording to the end. Colleagues who've been watching us, watch out in the comments wherever you're seeing this video or in our emails, and we'll have next year's date ready as well. So yeah, good. Thank you, Joan. Looking forward to the week. Yeah.
Thank you, John.